Yeah.
Okay. Sudan is a small country in northern Africa. Within this country, there is a very controversial region. This region is Darfur. Since 2003, over 300,000 people have been murdered, and more than 2 million people have been forced to flee their homes in Darfur because of the genocide enacted by the Sudanese government. The killings and ruining of lives has continued over the past 6 years despite numerous attempts at peace agreements and raised awareness of the situation. This leads me to my claim, which is that China is responsible for the continuing genocide in Darfur. I believe China is responsible for this genocide because they have facilitated the atrocities in Darfur. Secondly, they are the largest foreign investor in Sudan. And thirdly, China is in agreement with the Sudanese government and is supporting it. My first point is that actions of China have made the genocide worse. These actions include being the major military benefactor of Sudan. Basically, they have been supplying the Sudanese government with the small arms that are being used to kill thousands of people. In addition to this, China is a leading partner in Sudan's oil industry, which has given Sudan the money to fund the genocide and the war. The profit from the oil that they use is going directly to the corrupt government. And secondly, this leads me to my second point, which is that China is the largest foreign investor in Sudan. These investments benefit the Sudanese government itself and nothing else. Chinese firms are active in the energy-related sectors of Sudan's economy, which include construction of oil pipelines and electricity and hydropower facilities. China has the largest amount of stock in Sudan's largest energy company, which is the Greater Petroleum Operating Company. Most of Sudan's exports are oil. It accounts for 70% of everything they sell. So 71% of this oil is bought directly by China. China purchases this oil, and nearly all of the profits of the oil go to the government. My third and final point is that China is supporting and agrees with the Sudanese government. They have an active bilateral relationship between Beijing and Khartoum, which is the capital of Sudan. A bilateral relationship is one in which two governments act in sync. They solely support each other and agree on most issues. China claims that the only ties they have to Sudan are economic. This is not true. But because of this claim, they refuse to help the country with domestic issues. The domestic issues at hand are the current genocide. Lastly, China is a leading support of Sudan in the United Nations. Sudan itself is not represented in the United Nations, but China speaks for it. China has stopped several council resolutions related to Darfur. They have presented resolutions that would impose multilateral economic and diplomatic sanctions and resisted efforts to sanction Sudanese officials charged with war crimes. So basically, all of the actions that the United Nations has done to try and stop the genocide, China has voted against and put an end to. So, in conclusion, China's support of Sudan's economy and government has led to the continuation of the horrific genocide in Darfur, and they are the ones responsible. Thank you.